Terri, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 240. Welcome. Well, I have several finished objects to show you. I've worked on a lot of little small projects this week, and a couple of works in progress. So let's just get started, and I'll show you what I got done, or what I worked on. Okay, so my first, I'm calling it a finished object. It's not actually, well, it is and it isn't, because it in itself is a finished object, but it's going to be part of a larger project. Okay, but I'm gonna put it under the category of finished object. Okay, so I decided to dive in and join Jada in Stitch's calendar blanket project for 2022. I have done her projects before. I did the, but it's been, I think, I haven't done it the past 2 years. I did the one that was like the Victorian stitch sampler baby blanket. Well, I made a baby blanket out of it. I did that one. I can't remember what year that was. And then I also did the folk art blanket. You may remember that one. I'll pop up a picture right here to show you what that one was. Okay, so that I did that one, and then but the last 2 years I didn't do it. And so this year she's doing a Tunisian crochet project, and so it's a square for each month. Okay, so you'll have 12 different stitches, all using Tunisian crochet. And I have only done the Tunisian simple stitch, which is, I guess, the basic, the one that everybody learns first, I guess. And that is the only Tunisian crochet I have done. In fact, I did do that. I used Tunisian when I did a Grafghan type square panel that I turned into a wall hanging a couple years ago. But that is the only one. It's just the Tunisian simple stitch that I've done. So I just decided it would be fun. It's learning a new stitch. I've got some Tunisian hooks, and so I just decided to join the crochet along. And so I even was talking about it over on the Facebook group, which is Yarnjoy Podcast on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, come join us if you haven't joined the group. And there's some of us that are doing it together over there, and so we're posting the progress pictures of our square. And so I think that's fun. It's always fun to work on a project together with somebody. Okay, so let me show you my square. Okay, so I got the first square done, and the first square was the Tunisian simple stitch. Okay, so in the project it said you had for the 12 squares that each square was going to take about 100 yards. So I was trying to figure out how I could pick out what colors I was going to use. She said not to use a variegated, because your stitches would get lost in it. You know, you couldn't see the stitches, and each square is a different stitch. So you want to be able to see those different stitches. And so, but she said you could use a self-striping one. And so I started looking through my stash back there, and I had these Premier Yarn sweet rolls, 3 of them in the Pixie colorway, Pixie Pop colorway. And I thought that they would be interesting to use a self-striping yarn, so that's what I picked out. So there is the colorway that I picked out, okay? But I only had 3 of them. 1, 2, and there's one more over there. And each of these are 200, let's see, 245 yards, okay, so for 3 of them. And so I would need for 6 squares, which would be half of the 12 we're going to make, you need 600 yards. And I thought, well, I could use my 3 cakes, and I'll have some left over, and make 6 of the squares, because she said that in her pattern she showed the colors that she had picked out, and she was going to alternate like every other square, you know, the colors. And so I thought, well, I'll do that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. Every other square I will use the this self-striping, and then I had to go in my stash and pick out 600 yards for the remaining 6 squares of something else. And I thought, well, instead of trying to find another self-striping that would go with that, I'll just pick a solid color that I thought would harmonize with it. And so I picked out this. It is Red Heart Super Saver Gold. And I thought that that would kind of go with that colorway. The color hues, I guess, are very similar, I think. And so I thought that that would be a good combination. And I had 2 big skeins of this. Now this one is a full skein, and it has, let's see, I know it's here. Oh, 364 yards. Okay, so 2 of them would be much, you know, over the 600. So I had 364 yards in this full one, and then I had this one, which is not a full one, but I think these 2 together will give me the 600 yards. If not, it's pretty easy to find Red Heart Super Saver in gold, or at least I think so. Hopefully I won't be getting in trouble by picking these, this color, and then can't find any more, but I'm sure I can find more if I run out, but I think this will probably be enough. Anyway, so alternating the self-striping in the Pixie Pop with a solid gold square. Okay, so that's my plan. And then she said you had to pick out a border, and the border needed to be, I believe she said 200 yards. Okay, so this one I'm kind of playing yarn chicken with. I'm hoping that I won't get into trouble with this. Make sure my hook don't fall on the floor. So I picked this color, and it was just in my stash. It's Caron Simply Soft, but it is an old color. I think it's discontinued. But I think I'll have enough, because I tried to figure out, had to do some math, and I tried to figure out a color that, I mean, by weighing it and then comparing to some full skeins I had and how many yards was in that versus the ounces it was. Anyway, I think I got it worked out right, that this will give me enough for the 200 yards that I need for the border and putting them together. If not, I'll figure something out. Because I don't know if I'll find exactly this color. I had another skein back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's back under there. Anyway, I thought it was this color, but it's not. It's a different shade of red. So, I think it'll be okay. Okay. So that is my plan. Okay. So Pixie Pop alternating with the gold solid squares, okay, and then bordering with this color. So I think all those colors kind of harmonize together well. Good, I think. So that's my plan. Okay, so sorry, that was a long explanation. I haven't showed you my finished object yet, but now I will do that. I pinned it on my foam board here, so then you can see it. And then after my video today, I'm going to go ahead and block it. So then it'll be all ready, okay? But anyway, here is my square so far with the self-striping, okay? So I started with, it was purple in the center of that Pixie Pop cake, this. With mine, there was purple in the center, okay? And so I got that much, and then it turned to the green, okay? And then I finished it off. In fact, I think, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see it, but right there in the corner, I don't know if you can, I had like 3 stitches, something like that, where it was turning into that blue part, and that was it. And then, of course, the border, when I put the border on there, it covered it up. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is then the next square, I will use the gold, okay, for February's square. And then for March, I will just continue on. Here is the cake that I'm working out of. I will just continue on where I draw, where I cut it off and just keep going. And so this one will start out with the blue, and I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of the purple, because that's the next color in the the way it's flowing. So anyway, that's my plan. I think it's going to be interesting looking, I hope. But anyway, there is my first square, okay, and you can see I bordered it with that red. Once upon a time I had the label for that, and it was I believe maybe it was called Country Red. I don't know, but it was some old skeins that were given to me by my sister-in-law, who had picked them up from a garage sale a long time ago. And so I don't know how old they were. I know the label looked really old, and somehow or other I have lost the labels to it. I don't know how many skeins of it, and these are my last 2 skeins. Wherever it went, it's in the bucket here. But anyway, this is the last of it that I have. Okay. And side note, if you've been with me from the very beginning of my videos, I had a huge amount of this orange that she had given to me from that same garage sale. It came from the same group, and it took me forever to get through that orange. And I think I might have in my scrap ball bin, I might have a small ball, possibly, still of that orange. But I used to joke about it was like the never-ending orange, because I made stuff with it and I still had some of it. But anyway, that red was part of that group, but not as much as the orange. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to set this aside right here, and let's go on to the rest of my finished objects, okay? So that was finished object number 1, but like I said, it will be part of an ongoing thing. Oh, I didn't talk about my hook, just right quick. Okay, so I have a hook set. I think it's by Knit Picks, and it's a Tunisian set. It's got the cables on it. It's like interchangeable. And then I had this one, and this actually, it's like an Afghan hook, okay? And so this one, this is an eye hook, and Jada had suggested that's the one she's doing, is an eye hook, which is what is that, 6mm? I think that's right, or 5.5. I think it's 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 millimeter. Anyway, this was given to me as a gift in a yarn swap, and so I had never used it, and she had said that if you're a beginner, that you may want to consider using the straight hook for your project instead of using the Tunisian hooks with the cables, just because, you know, it makes it a little bit more fiddly when the stitches kind of transition from being on the cable onto the hook. And so she suggested to use a straight hook if you had it, that it might be easier. So I decided, well, I'm going to use that. So anyway, there you go. Okay, now let's go on to our next finished object. Oh, okay, it'll be quicker this time, promise. Okay, so I've been doing some more preemie hats. Last week I showed you the first preemie hat for the month for my goal of 4 preemie hats per month. I was thinking, oh no, today is the 20th, I think. Yeah, January 20th, and I have 3 more preemie hats to do, so I thought I better get on the hook with it and get them done. So that's some that I worked on. Okay, so I got 2 more done, and this pattern is from a website called creamofthecropcrochet.com. Okay, and I really like their patterns. They have quite a few patterns that are preemie size, but the pattern does have adjustment for newborn size as well, so you know, for a larger baby. Anyway, so I did the tiger hat. Okay, so here is the first one. Okay, so this is preemie hat number 2 for the month of January. Okay, so there you go. In fact, I have a tutorial. I had gotten permission from creamofthecropcrochet.com to do tutorials on their preemie hats, and I actually did a tutorial on this tiger hat, left and right-handed versions, and so I will link, I think I have it in a playlist. I will link it below in the description box, both versions. Okay, so I made this one, okay, and then I made a second one because I already had the yarn out, so I went ahead and started making the second one. But this one, instead of putting the face on it, I thought, well, I'll just maybe leave the face off of this one. And so the face of the tiger would be the face of the baby. And so I just left it like that. I just thought that would be cute just by itself. And so I have one with the face and one without the face. Okay, so preemie hat number 2, preemie hat number 3. Okay, so that is my finished objects. I have one more finished object, okay, and now this one, if you followed me back when I was doing Vlogmas, I was doing a Vlogmas swap with Valerie of Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet, okay, and what we did, we during the swap, like 3 days a week, I think, yeah, 3 days a week, we would include a yarn and some sort of accessory, and what we were calling them was challenge kits. And so we would have to use that yarn and the accessory that went with it, and then add whatever yarn we needed to. We could add our own stuff. And then we're making little items, toys and things, backpack buddies, things like that, to donate, to start our collection up, to donate to Amber of Ooh Ah Crochet, to her Garfield make-along that she has each summer right before school starts. And so I still had the last challenge kit that I hadn't done anything with. And I know I talked about a couple of weeks ago, I think it's been a couple of weeks now, that I had picked out a pattern. I was going to do a bunny, because what I had was a ball of blue yarn, a pair of safety eyes, a little red bow, okay, and a piece of red ribbon with white polka dots. And so I was having such a hard time. I picked out a rabbit pattern, and I thought, well, I'll do this one. And I even talked about it. I showed you the pattern I was going to do, and got started on it, and then realized that it was not going to work, that it was turning out very large. I was going to run out of yarn, and I was not happy with the way it was going. I don't know what happened, but that just wasn't going to be the one that I was going to use. So I ripped it out, and so then I found this YouTube tutorial. She has a tutorial for it, and she also has a written pattern for it on her website, but it is Sharon Oyala. She does some great, these are like her older videos. I don't know if she's doing crochet tutorials at the moment, but all her older videos are on there with her, using her patterns. And so this is an older video. It was called Mini Bear. And I thought it would be perfect, good size, perfect to use what I had to use for that challenge kit. And so that's what I did. So I got it done. And so here is Mini Bear. Okay. There you go. So this is the blue yarn that was given to me and in the kit, okay, and there are the safety eyes, so I use the safety eyes. There is the bow, see that? And I just put it around one of the ears, okay. This bow has a rubber band around the back to attach, and so I just slid it over the bear's ear, okay. And then I just used the ribbon and I tied a bow around the neck. So there you go. Challenge kit number 10 finally completed. Now I do have a little bit of yarn left over, a little tiny ball of it, and then I have some yarn from previous challenge kits that I had received from Valerie. So I have those set aside, and I will use those in future items to be used to go into that make-along, you know, before we have to mail it in. I will be using it. So anyway, so there is Mini Bear. Okay, so, and I will link it below in the description box. Like I said, Sharon Oyala, that's where it came from. She has a tutorial step by step showing you how to do it. She goes along with you, and she also has it written on her website. Her website is called amigurumitogo.com. I believe that's what it's called, and I will link it below. Oh, well, I'll link the YouTube tutorial, and then in the description box of that tutorial is a link where you can find the written pattern, and it'll take you to it. Okay, okay, so that is all my finished objects. Okay, let's go on to works in progress. Okay, so for my works in progress, I have two. I I did finish that Eeyore that I showed you last week. It didn't have a mane or a face, but it was going to be just like the previous one I had made. Well, I finished it, and I was able to give the poo blanket and the Eeyore to the recipient. On Sunday, I saw them at church, and I was able to give them, that was a baby shower gift for them. So I was able to give them that, and there was another gift that I had made. It was a teddy bear that I made. It was a Jess Huff pattern. Let me think. What was the name of that bear? It's escaping me right now. But Benedict, I knew it'd click. It just took a little bit. Benedict the bear, I had made that for another baby that was born, a friend of mine at church. But I hadn't seen them, and the baby's like 4 months old now. And I hadn't seen them to give them that bear, but the girl's sister-in-law was there at church, and so I gave it to her, and she was going to give it to them. Okay, so I'm glad that I was able to get that delivered. Okay, so the sister-in-law that I gave the present to for her, well, she is having a baby, and so I told her I would love to make something for her baby. And so I asked her if there was a particular animal that she liked, because what I had done for her sister-in-law was with each of their children, she has 3 boys now, I did a stuffed animal for each one of them. And so I asked her if there was a particular animal that she liked, and she said, well, that they were crazy about cats. And so I said, okay. But she said any animal, I mean, anything would be wonderful. So I went to look for a cat pattern, and I actually looked in some books that I have. So this actually qualifies for a Stitch Your Library project, because it's from a book that I've had for quite a while. So let me show you. Okay, so this pattern comes from this book. It's Zumagurumi number 4, okay? Got it off of Amazon. I will put a link below in the description box. It'll be an affiliate link if you click through there, but you can take a look at the book and see what you think about it. Okay, so I decided I was going to do a project out of here. Now, I have done a project before, just one time I've used this book, I think. Yes, only one time, and it was this one. I made it for my grandbaby. If you remember, I did Doris the dolphin, if you remember that one. Okay, so that one, that's the only time I've used this book. And so I went through here looking, and I found this cat, and I thought it was really cute. I want to show there's pictures of him in different positions, but I think this one is extra cute. Look, I believe it's Charlie the cat, but isn't he cute? Look at those big feet. Oh my goodness, I thought it was so cute. And I was thinking, well, there's a cat, I could do that one. Let me check. Is it Charlie? Yes. Oh, Charlie the kitten, it's called. Anyway, so I was thinking, well, I'll do that. So, but I decided I didn't want to do it in black. Let me see, you can see him on the back there. See that? I decided I didn't want to do him in black because it's going to be for a baby. And I thought, well, let me see what I have. And so I have this big skein, and I was thinking, well, maybe this might work. I don't know for sure. I'm hoping. Get your opinion about it. But I had this, it's latte stripes, and it's a Red Heart Super Saver stripes, okay? I believe it's called latte stripes. Of course, the label is not in my box here, but anyway, I believe that's what that is. And so let me show you how much I've gotten done on him so far. I think it's cute. I don't know about the color. If you see what you think for a baby gift, I don't know. But anyway, here he is. So that is what he's coming out to be so far. I have the head complete. The ears are just pinned on. Okay. So I haven't sewed them on yet. But his muzzle, all that is on. And I just connected the head to the body. Okay. And so that is sewed on. I just have strands that I haven't weaved in yet. Okay. And like I said, I still have to sew the ears on. Okay. So I've got that. And then I've made one of his arms. So here's one of his arms. Okay, so it's kind of like that, sort of. It looks kind of big, but I think with the feet and everything, it's going to look right. Because if you look in the picture, when he's sitting, his arms are like in front of him. If you can see that. So, anyway, that's what I've gotten so far on it. And so I've got this latte stripes. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's a bunch of browns. Okay. And then I just have this ball of... oh, what is this? Karen Simply Soft in soft pink. I use that for the nose, and I will use that for his toes also. And then this big old ball of white that I'm using for the white parts that was needed, okay? So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I think he's going to be really cute. Maybe once I get him together, I'm thinking, yeah, that'd be a cute baby gift. I don't know. Let me see. But of course, the baby shower is like in a couple of weeks. But the baby's not due until like March the 14th. So if I don't get it done by the baby shower, time of the baby shower, that's okay. I still have time to give it to her. But anyway, that's what's coming up. That's what I've gotten done on it so far. I picked out some safety eyes that are brown, if you can see that. And but I was thinking, how am I gonna? At first, I just stuck the safety eyes on there. You couldn't see, you know, because everything was so dark. You couldn't really see the eyes. And so what I decided to do is I had some white felt, and you know, it's funny. I don't know why didn't think to do this before, but I was always thinking, oh, I have such a hard time cutting felt. How am I going to cut a circle that would be bigger than the eye and that would look right, so I could put behind the safety eye. Well, why didn't I think of this before? You just clip a little hole with the scissors, stick the safety eye into the felt, and then just trim around it until you get it to where you want it. And there you go. Now I'm sure that it's probably just me. I never thought of doing it that way. I was trying to do it the hard way, and I was thinking, well, anyway, that's what I did. And it's like, why didn't I think of that before? Instead of trying to draw a circle on the felt, you know, freehand can't do that. It'd be all wonky. And then trim it, and then try to get it behind the eye or whatever. Anyway, it's a much easier way to do it. Anyway, so there is my Charlie the kitten, and I think he's kind of cute. You know, he's kind of like a calico, I guess, different colors. But anyway, let me know what you think about that colorway. And is it kind of weird to have the cat using that? I don't think so. I think it'll be okay. But if I'm just totally not feeling it after I get him done, then I will just use him for something else. And then I will just make something more traditional for the baby in pastel colors or something, or pick out, I don't know. I had a hard time finding a cat pattern that I liked. So anyway, that's that project. Okay, so the only other works in progress I have is the preemie hat number 4 to meet my goal for this month. And so this is what I've gotten so far. This is some leftover Red Heart Super Saver ombre in scuba. I still have some. And so that's what the blue is. And then this is just some frosty green, I think, to put around the bottom trim there. Anyway, this is going to be an owl hat, and it is a tutorial here on YouTube that's called Crochet to Z, and it's a preemie owl hat, or owl preemie hat or something. Anyway, it's real cute. I made it last year as part of my one of my hats that I made, and so I decided to follow that tutorial to get this one done. So all I have to do now is, you know, his face and the little ears and stuff. But anyway, that is works in progress number 2, and that's all my works in progress. Okay, so I did get some happy mail though, and so I want to show you that. Went by the post office and I picked up a Christmas card. I don't know what happened. I guess it got lost, and I just now got it. So it's a beautiful card though. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Okay, and this card is from Natalie of Natalie's Closet, and it just says seasoned greetings on the inside, and then she has a little note for me. Thank you so much, Natalie. It's such a pretty card. I love those ornaments. Very pretty. Okay, so that was in my post office box. And also, I had this package. And this is, let me get it out right quick, making a bunch of noise. Okay, so this came from Kelly. She is from Indiana, and she is part of my Facebook group. And I appreciate her thinking of me and making this for me. It is a handmade card, for one thing, and it's for Happy New Year. Isn't that pretty with the daisies? Very pretty. And it says, all the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. And then she wrote in here, hope you like the easel calendar. Take care, Kelly. Okay? And so this handmade card was in there, and also, and she had it packaged so nice. Everything was like all coordinating. And so what she sent me is this easel calendar. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. I love the little daisies, the three-dimensional daisies right there. And I love the print. It says smile. It's so cute. And this is tear off pages, okay? Calendar pages for 2022, and then right here is a sticky note, little mini sticky note pad. I think that is so cute, and I'm going to put that on my desk. So thank you so much, Kelly, for sending this little set to me. I think it's so cool. I love handmade paper crafting things. It's just a little extra oomph to cards, you know, and I'm not a paper crafter, and so anybody that can make stuff like that, I think is just awesome. So thank you so much. Okay, so that is the Happy Mail that I got. I also got, let me check, let me see over here. Yes, let me get it, grab it. I'm gonna grab it. Okay. So Valerie of Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet, she did mention this over on her video, but she sent me a crochet pattern book. It was a new one from Amazon that she had seen, and she bought one for herself, and she sent me one as a gift, which was so sweet of you. Thank you, Valerie. I love it. And I was telling her that this was a book that I had seen on Amazon, and I had put it like on my wish list. Like to buy later, okay? But I just thought it was so cute, but I hadn't ordered it yet. And so it's so neat that this was the book that I had been looking at. But anyway, it's called Dress Up Amigurumi. Isn't that cute? And so there's 4 basic animals, and you see there's a pattern for an elephant, a bear, a deer, and a puppy or a dog, okay? But it has 25 different outfits, and they're like all interchangeable that you could put on these amigurumi. I think that's so neat. And I really, let me if I see an up close one of the doctor one is so cute. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so they put it on the elephant, but like I said, you can put it on anything, okay? But anyway, any of the amigurumis, you know, the bear, the dog, the elephant, or the deer. Anyway, isn't that cute? So that's supposed to be like a veterinarian, and he has a stethoscope around his neck, and then he has a little patient here, which is like a little puppy, and if you look, it has one of those cone of shames, you know, that they put around the dog's neck if they had to have surgery or whatever to stop them from licking it. And so I just thought that was so cute that there's a cone of shame on that, on there, on the dog. Isn't that funny? Anyway, there's some cute outfits. There's a cheerleading outfit that was so cute. Oh, yes, look at this one. It's a fisherman set. Right there. Isn't it cute? He's got a fishing pole and a little fishing hat. I just think that's so cute. And overalls, oh my goodness. And a cowboy. Oh, they are so cute. So anyway, thank you so much, Valerie. I'm going to have fun making items out of that book. So that is my Happy Mail. So the only thing upcoming, I'm going to be really quick because I know this video is getting long. But I just did Stitch Your Library yesterday. If you haven't watched that, video, I will link it below in the description box. I know before I had been doing a video on Wednesdays and Thursdays. The Wednesday was like an alternating where I was doing movie and stitch, and then Stitch Your Library. Before that, I was doing Whip Wall Wednesday. Well, movie and stitch ended. Whip Wall Wednesday kind of ended because I kind of caught up on my whip wall. Although now I've got some whips again that are sleeping. But I don't know for sure how I'm going to do that. I'm still doing the Stitch Your Library every other Wednesday, but then that off Wednesday, I really don't have anything going on right now at the moment. So I need to figure that out. I think I'm going to go, stay tuned. I'll have something else upcoming to put into that slot. Probably, you know, I've always got things coming up. So just stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to go. Thanks so much to my new subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. Welcome to my channel. And to those that have stayed with me from the beginning, I really super appreciate that. And appreciate you all. And I really enjoy reading all your comments. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so and follow me along on these projects that I work on. And whenever I get back into doing tutorials again, I'm wanting to do that. I just need to find a good project to do. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.